Hello there, everybody. Welcome. Rosanna here with the next new moon manifesting meditation, which is our co-creation meditation. And we are igniting our desire fire. Very, very powerful. Last new moon of the whole of 2020. My goodness, are we ready to move into a new field? If you are, say yay, hit the like button. Welcome those who are joining. If you're new to me, please do subscribe and hit the notifications button so you know next time that I've got a video going live. And I just want to let everybody know right from the start that if you're taking part in these new moon co-creation meditations or manifesting meditations, it's really important to show up for the part 2, which is the full moon, which is the deeper clearing. And we are setting the scene now for our higher selves to take charge in our lives, for our soul consciousness to be embodied in our human form. And this means the death of the ego. So we're doing this in part 1 and part 2. We're going to get the carrot out at the moment. We're just going to ignite this idea of what we want to create for ourselves that perhaps we don't feel is possible for ourselves and also for the world. We're going to clear up our resistance. And we're going to open to this idea that what comes with the next full moon is really to move us into the space where we have self-realized and we've made the choice either to stay in struggle or to actually liberate ourselves. So confinement or liberation are our choices, and birth has a lot to do with this. So those of you who don't know me, little intro, I'm a multidimensional success coach, founder of RozyGlow, and multidimensional yoga, and I teach people to live as their higher truth. So to embrace the fears that have lived their lives, the struggle that have lived their lives, but to actually detox and reprogram from that so that they can no longer be living the stories of their ancestors, which are stories of struggle, and actually to start to live the soul truth that they came here to self-actualize. So we let go of fearing pain, fearing fear, fearing struggle, and we learn how to move through all of these things, move out of our conditioned self, utilize our imagination to move into being a powerful co-creator of our reality. And this is the time, folks. We're fast nearing the solstice, okay? And this solstice is very significant in terms of the star formations that are going on the planet. I will leave you a couple of links to check out in the text box, so please do to find out more as you wish. Hello, Nicole. Hello, Kate. Lovely to see you. And what I'd say with this is that it is the second coming. This is the arrival of that Christ consciousness within each of us, or our divine human heart being activated. So what has to die is the conditioned self. And so it's really important to remember that every time we want to bring something new into our lives, we have to let something go. So the concept of fire is both to ignite a flame, a desire that we want to actualize, but also at the same time to use that flame to burn away what is in resistance. So can I have an amen if you like the sound of that? I'm going to do a little cacao toast to start with. I always just do a little cacao blessing, talk about which crystal I'm using and which oils are supporting me at this time. There's always links below for you to be able to check out the doTERRA oils if you want to purchase cacao, find out about the crystals that I have and the crystal grids that I have. But I want to start before I go any further to say, please mark your diaries for the 20th of December, myself and the amazing Leslie SLOANE, who is the creator of the Oracle Healing Cards, I'll go and grab them in a second, and SUZANNA Kennedy, who taught me reality crafting and how to co-create my reality. We are joining forces to offer a solstice celebration at 8 p.m. GMT. All of the links are on social media, and I'll put a link for you in the text box below as well. It's a free event. And what we're going to be doing is birthing light through the dark night of the soul. So this process of the death of the programmed self, the fear-based, struggle-based programmed self that exists in a paradigm of constriction, is going to be transmuted into our divine human selves and will be birthed part of us. And I'm going to show you the birthing process with my pelvis and my doll, so you can kind of see where we get stuck in the process of birthing something new, because it's always fear that makes us contract and go back, right? Hello, everyone who's joining. Hey, Jen, good to see you. So we're going to go through that, but let's do a little cacao blessing first. As you can see, I'm in red. All I wanted to do today was wear red and literally ignite that desire fire, baby. And in my head, I don't want to sing it and get in trouble for copywriting, but this girl is on fire. Yeah, that one. So you sing away all the songs that are going to help you burn, baby, burn everything that you don't need. Oh my God, it's so classic. I could be a singing jukebox. Right, cacao to your hearts. If you haven't got any, just rub your hands together. Let's do that first. Have a little shake. And then bring your hands to your heart center if you haven't got cacao. Otherwise, bring your cacao up to your heart. We bring in the unicorns as well. So take a moment to welcome your breath and welcome the magic of the Cacao Diva into this practice. Remembering that the Cacao Diva brings balance and harmony to humanity by touching our hearts, by awakening compassion within us, both for ourselves and the world. So we can move out of judgment. We can move into forgiveness, into allowing, into transparency, but also to practice discernment. So when we invoke the Cacao Diva, she will show us where we most need to look into ourselves next. But she will never push us to do it. It's up to us, free will. So Mama Cacao, please just enter into our space. It's a lovely warm glow that comes from the heart that emanates out. And also that glow pours down from our sun and it rises up from the earth because it is all one. This is divine feminine in action. Take a moment with your nose to draw a circle in the air in front of you and go both ways, just gently with your nose so you're not straining your neck. And then draw your nose up and down, exhaling down, inhaling up. And remember what this does is it connects Source and Gaia, the ascending earth paradigm, through you. So you are downloading your divine codes. Now breathe in, relax your shoulders, let them move back and gently turn your head to the left as you exhale. Acknowledge the past and be willing to let go that which binds you. And then inhale, center. And exhale to the other side, looking to the future with excitement, with a sense of adventure, with a desire to do something new, be something new. Back to the center. And now bow your head to your lovely heart and smile to your heart. And let your heart smile back to you. Let it beam. And see that circle that you draw in front of you becoming a big sphere of compassion, about as big as the room that you're in. The sphere of compassion looks like a holographic flower of life, okay, spinning spheres within spheres. And what this does is it just raises our frequency instantly and creates a safe space. So let's purify this space. And we set the intention to allow ourselves to ignite the desires that we wish to materialize in this world without worrying about how things are going to happen, and with a willingness to surrender the things we will need to surrender, to let things die, to compost, to transmute, that are not serving this higher vision, and to invite all of the support to make that possible. So when you're ready, making that choice again between bondage, between struggle, and feeling liberated and thriving and making your choice, which way you're going. And know that this choice has been felt and will be activated. So we send that choice into the earth with the sound Ma, we send it into the universe with the sound Om, and we send it out through our hearts to all of the awakening humanity. Deep breath in. You start to feel like a sprinkling of stardust upon you. Invite our guides, teachers, angels, archangels, star family, soul family, ancestors, guides, ascended masters, and all of our soul famalam to connect with each other. So we've all got a sphere around each of us, and we've got a collective sphere around everybody who participates in this manifesting meditation, whether you watch it live or with the replay. It's all good, honey. Time is an illusion. Gently bow your head again. Slowly open your eyes. Hey. Okay, so whilst we drink our cacao, I would recommend you check out the text box anyway whenever you do these meditations, because we write things down that will be useful for you. And where are we now with all my wording that I've created for this? It's so funny how these things happen. But basically what we're doing is we're moving into a time now where we are birthing our divine consciousness, okay? Like if you actually think about the Age of Aquarius was said to have started in 2000, in the year of 2000, but it actually has taken 20 years really for us to be able to go, okay, the old paradigm is gone, the new paradigm is what we're building. So we're all making a choice. Some of us are at a point in our evolution where we're being called to self-inquire, self-actualize. Who am I? What am I here for? What do I want to do? Those of us who've done that, we're then ready to fulfill our soul purpose. But we need to know who we are beyond our conditioning. Those of you who are attracted to my work have already started to do that journey, okay? You've moved from 3D to 4D. You're now building the 4D to 5D bridge. And this is learning to live without fear as your motivational force, knowing not just that you're a manifester, but that you are a co-creator of your reality. So I use the word manifesting just for people to understand, but co-creating means you're either co-creating with your lower self or you're co-creating with your higher self. And your higher self is the you that we're all going to be embodying. Those of us who are making a choice to co-create paradise on earth, the new earth paradigm, rather than Armageddon and the new world order, are those who are the teachers of the future, where we're going to help everybody else to transition into a place where they realize they don't have to keep those old stories going. But we do have to also let go of the rule book of how we've lived our lives that served us to this point, but hasn't allowed us to create more than what we've actually already created. So maybe you're doing all right in life. Maybe you've got enough money, you've got a nice house, you've got a lovely partner, but you're still like having to graft so hard all of the time. Things don't come easily. There's a sense that hard work has to be a part of things. Otherwise, it's not worth doing. And I want to clarify that for you right now. Even if you choose the path of grace and ease, you are still going to encounter times when actually it is a challenge and it is a struggle, and you do have to push through and you do have to pull yourself up and use all of your energy. And I'm going to compare that to birth in a moment to explain that. But that's choosing the easy path, knowing that there's going to be challenges. If you're choosing the hard path because your conditioning has said something is only valuable if you work hard for it, you are making life a lot harder for you than you actually need it to be. Whenever I'm working with coaching clients, the difference between whether they say yes or no is whether they're really willing to let go of the attachment to their old ways of seeing the world. And the way we see money is a big part of this, because the financial system is linked to lack, it's linked to capitalism, it's linked to this idea that money's a finite source, which is based on the days when it was all based on gold. But it's not like that anymore. It's a fiat economy, it's a digital economy. And what's important for us to understand is money is magical if we choose it to be. Love is easy to find if we choose it to be. Like, we have to be willing to align with grace and ease if we are going to co-create with our higher selves. And this is where our mind stops being the enemy and it actually starts being our friend. But you have to evolve. And the mind isn't here, sorry, it's the field. The brain is the computer that is constantly trying to predict the future from the past, like those lovely computer models that scientists are using around the world to try and predict what's going to happen with certain things going around the world right now, right? But, it's fallible, and actually you change one thing, it changes other outcomes. So the point of using the brain to try and create a new future is you can't unless you upgrade your platform, your operating system. So I talk about going from the egoic mind to the divine mind. And this is the death of the programming that allows you to download your soul truth. Hello, hello. Good, everybody who's joining. Anyone who's got any questions as I speak, please do let me know. So as we come towards the solstice point, and this is why Susanna, Leslie and I are doing the event that we're doing on the 20th rather than the 21st, because we're preceding, just like with this new moon co-creation, we are preceding the new moon on Monday, because we are accessing the energies we need to, so we're not thrown about. We're accessing ahead and we're choosing what we're going to do with it. So we're birthing grace through the birth canal. We're birthing grace and ease rather than waiting till we get there and seeing what's happening. This is the path of the conscious co-creator. You decide what you want ahead and you align with it. And your commitment is the hard work you're going to need to do to face your resistance, okay? To face the bits of you that want to stay as they are, that are scared to change. That's the hard work, okay? And that's what we do and we love up through our co-creation meditations. Now, if you want to activate your divine blueprint, the crystal for that is celestite, okay? This has a bluey hue to it. I have plenty of it, like this and peacock ore. I recommend like the 5D crystals, and labradorite helps you move from 4D to 5D. These crystals really, really speak. And the oil that came to me to work with and to connect with you all is rose oil, because it opens the heart. And there is, I think it's Anais Nin that made a statement of, you know, how do we decide to open up? And it's when the pain of staying closed is so acute that we dare to risk opening up, because we can't stay shut anymore. Rose oil helps you to open your heart. And as you open your heart, you're going to let go of all of the stuff that's stuck in there. And you've been holding on to it for so long that it feels scary to let it go, right? Because we don't know what we're going to face. And so I just invite you to remember that you've always supported, even when you feel like you're not. The non-physical entities that are around us are always, always waiting for us to ask for help. And if we do ask for help, they will guide us, they will support us, they'll bring the right people along to help us on our way. But you have to decide where you're going. You're going towards liberation, or you're going towards more bondage. So let's look at this in the analogy of giving birth. Think about it. Jessica Delmar, awesome post recently that I highly recommend you check out, and I will put the link for it in the text box. But she was talking about the fact that the energies of December are of confinement. There's a sense of actually being confined. I don't think that's the word that she used, but it was like a feeling compressed in some way, shape or form. And this is for us to choose what we want to be birthed into, because when you go through a birth canal, you do feel squeezed. You've got to purge what isn't aligned with the new world that you're being birthed into. So here's a model pelvis. It is like a female model pelvis, okay? See if we can make this work a bit better for me. Sorry about being headless. Let's do that. So here's your baby. Okay, now you kind of wonder, how does this process actually happen? Because it doesn't look like this baby fits, but it does fit if we actually align, right? So the first thing a baby needs to do is really tuck its chin under. And then the alignment of the pelvis means that the baby usually has to choose either to start on the left or to start on the right. I'm going to start on the left for ease, okay? So with a very, very tucked under, which means flexed head, the baby goes from hanging out above here, okay, which is what they do when we're pregnant, to engaging into the pelvis. There's a process of commitment. This is the same in your own life. Committing to something means taking steps towards it, making the appointment, showing up for it, looking at what you need to pay, doing that, getting yourself ready with your resources that you need. Like, this is the commitment, the engagement. So you go into the pelvis. Then you got to take a turn to line up with being born. So we turn forward or we turn backwards. Turning backwards is the hard way, right? It's painful, back-to-back labors, lots of nerve pain. We don't really want that. So if we align ourselves with grace and ease, we align ourselves with the pelvis tipping forward more, so we can bring our baby to align shoulders with the front of the pelvis. Then this baby can start to push through. And please don't believe that babies are passive in this. They're not. That, you know, the part of us that's being born is active. It's not passive. But the part of us that's already there, the mother, if you like, or the vessel, can be resistant to this process out of fear. So this bit here where the shoulders lines up with the baby's head being on the cervix. Okay, so this is the first bit where women can really freak out in the birthing process, because what happens is when your cervix is usually so tight, right? And then for you to birth, you've got to stretch it out to about 10 centimeters diameter for the baby's head to mold and push through. Now, if you're not used to being that open, what's that going to feel like, right? It's the stunned rabbit look in a woman. When it feels like she's opening and breaking, and we all go through that process whenever a part of us is dying, right? We have to go into that space of like, I'm terrified. And the baby then starts to want to come. So you take yourself to the edge of you, of what you know. That's the edge of your comfort zone. This was the comfort zone. It's stretch, 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 stretch to allow a new part of you to be born. And this is when the head starts to go outwards, okay? So from being totally tucked in, inward, then starts to go outwards and look at what's going on. It's still in the birth canal, right? It has to move through. And then it does more of a rotation so that the bottom shoulder can be born. Hard to hold this and do it at the same time. So it will rotate. Sometimes arms can get stuck behind, right? So you want to, oh, this is such a great presentation for you all. Apologies. Let's get that forward. So the bottom shoulder will come down first and the head will push through the birth canal and out to be born. The top shoulder will come second usually. So it kind of goes whoop, down and then like that and out, okay? And as it does that spiral, I want you to remember what I teach, which is spirals of joy rather than spirals of doom. And you use your conscious mind to help you to decide, to see which way you're going. Are your thoughts supporting you? Do you need to surrender the thoughts that you're having into a higher state, which goes back to which voice are you going to feed? Because in igniting a desire, there's a desire to conceive, to gestate, to birth. It's all a process. It requires patience. It takes time. There are challenges along the way. And then you get to this point where you're actually doing the birthing that you've prepped for. And there are two key gates, I would say, right? Or three. One is, okay, I'm really ready to have this baby. I'm really ready to face the unknown because holding it in me now, I can't do anymore. It's too uncomfortable. I've got to open. That's the first gate. Then the labor, and that will allow the descent of the baby into the pelvis. The second gate is as labor starts and gets you to the point that you're fully dilated, that you can get the baby's head through the cervix and the shoulders are lined up, right? That's the second gate where the stunned rabbit bit comes up and it's like, oh, I'm going to break. It's like, you're not going to break. Your old self is dying. New self is being born. And then as you do that and you get through, bottom shoulder coming down, the big flexion of the head, the extension of the head moving out, and the baby coming and wriggling through the birth canal, is then going to move through. It's a baby, a divine baby. You're going to then move through the cervix, okay? Sorry, the perineum. And the perineum is the exit of the vagina, right? So it's as the labia open up. And this is another point which feels like a ring of fire. And this is a bit that often women will just try and push through, right? Which then can cause damage. And this is where you hold back. Just let it, just go with the discomfort, something amazing is happening. And then, that baby just comes out and the baby's born. Before you know it, there's your divine human self being born, okay? So gateways of fear. These are the points that we regress and we often give up on our dreams. We haven't got time for that anymore. The formation in the sky, so the star formation is said to be the Star of Bethlehem, the night of the solstice, okay? So there's a configuration that's going on that is said to be the same as when Jesus was born or Christ was born, in the story of Christ being born. So what happens with that is this idea that we are giving birth to the Christ consciousness within us, the divine human self within us, and we are allowing ourselves to recognize that instead of looking for someone outside of us to save us, we become our own saviors. So it's not going to be like he rises again and shows up, because that's what he's going to do. He's showing up in each of us, and he may be she and she may be he. It's these qualities within. I love your analogy of the birth process as my life work is childbirth and women's health. Way cool. You're welcome. Me too. This was my background. I'm like, why have I done all this fertility and pregnancy birth and work? Well, if it's the birth of the divine human now, we've got to follow the same process. So how do you help labor? Well, when you start to feel a surge, which is a contraction, a rush, whatever you want to call it, there's a contraction here to get an expansion there. So both things are happening all the time, which is what I want you to remember. We can remember the old things that have helped us. We can honor them and decide now that we can create a new rule book that serves us better. Okay, so this bit contracts, so this bit can expand. Okay, and what happens with this process is if we're fearful of change, when we start to feel change is being pushed upon us, which actually is just part of the process, we contract, we tighten up, we resist. We go, no, 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 instead of going, yes, bring it on. Sway your hips, move your pelvis, breathe out. So I've just got a little thing I'll say to you. If in doubt, breathe out, bend your knees, stick your bum out, and wiggle it all around. Okay, so if you're not sure what to do, deep breath in, breathe out. Okay, bend your knees, stick your bum out. That means relax your buttocks, wiggle it all about. Okay, and blowing raspberries. Try it now. It will make your anus open. Okay, so it will get you to drop the stuff you're holding. Not in a public place so that it's all unpleasant. You get what I mean? Just laugh with me. But actually just allowing you to drop your story. Okay, that's what we want to do. So in relation to where we are now and the global stage, you'll notice I'm purposely staying away from talking too much about the world stage. What I'm going to say is everything is getting played out just as it needed to. The drama has to unfold. People do need to wake up to what's going on and make a choice. And I do still see a two-world split for a while, where those who are choosing to stay in fear, no, I'm not going to trust this process. It's all terrible and I'm going to die. I'm going to hold on to my programming because that's all I know and I'm too scared to embrace anything else. Bless them. Compassion. That's what we've been working on the last couple of full moons and new moons. They're going to operate in one sphere. And then we've got those of us who are awakening, who are moving beyond the conditioning, going, no, that's not going to be my truth. I'm not living up to that. I'll stand up for what I believe in. I'll find my way through. We will always find a way through, folks. Just like the standard birthing process is medicalized, if you don't do your research and if you don't actually make some choices for yourself, you will be on a conveyor belt and you will be told what to do. And that power will be taken from you. And whatever kind of experience you have, it's something that you're giving your power away, which is why you hear women in labor go, get this baby out of me, when actually we're the ones that are doing it. So if you don't make another choice, you will be led along a pathway, which is the collective pathway that is still fear-based. Every woman who is pregnant or before she even conceives has to do her research and decide what she wants for herself and do her best to create what she wants. And there's loads of support for that. Okay, when you look for it, you'll find it. There's birthrights, there's positive birth movements. There's all sorts of things that allow you to find your way. And yeah, you might need to go to another country to give birth at home. You might need to make some choices away from the system, but you still find a way. And that's why I want to get you all to just remember, when you have a desire, there is always a way, but you've got to line up with it, okay? Any questions on that? Because we're fast approaching the time to get into our co-creation. Let me read you what I wrote out here. So we are in a time of unprecedented change, folks. And, you know, this is the time to take a step back and a step up and take a bird's eye view of our hopes, dreams, and aspirations, personal and collective. What is your big dream right now? And are you ready to ignite it into action? This is what we're going to be doing, okay? We're going to unplug from all of the dramas and restrictions that are playing out around us and redirect our focus towards the power of our imagination. This is something that no one can take away from you. So as we make a choice to move from automatron to divine human, we're basically allowing ourselves to step into the arena of magic, because when we exercise our free will, it must be respected according to divine law. We've worked with the flame of love and we've transmuted fear and anger into passion for change. And now we want to ignite our desire fire. So all the sort of compassion work we did in the shield of compassion last full moon, we're getting ready for the next full moon. But now we're ready to birth our divine human selves, okay? So believing, the bridge between desiring and believing must be built in order for us to see our manifestations materialize. So this is what I want to say to you is you don't need to know how. You just have to start to build the belief that something you want is possible. And, you know, I had, just to sort of give you a sense, I had an intention last equinox that, you know, was given to me that scared me. You know, I was talking to my star family. I had a vision. I was like, I feel like this is how I should be serving in the world. And the message I got was go for it. So I said it out loud and I started to align myself with it. And the last 3 months, that's what I've been working through and getting over my fear of being public, speaking up about things that really matter to me, not being fearful of losing my platforms, all that kind of thing. Lots of burning away fears. Then it took me to a whole expanded new vision that when I saw that, I was so inspired. I was high as a kite for 3 days. I was like, yeah, what an amazing way of serving the world. And then I just dropped into the fear again, right? So total panic, total fear. Who am I to do this? Who am I to think that I could? But in sharing those fears, in verbalizing them, letting them out rather than pushing them in, I found that actually I had support amongst my tribe, including Susanna and Leslie, with very similar visions for us to pull together. And we all had the same belief come up. It was bigger than us, than any one of us on our own. We couldn't do it on our own. And as we connected together, so sharing our truth, transparency, sharing your fears, we then found that between us, we would be able to do something that on our own felt too daunting. And we had the connections to make it happen. So I just really invite you to know that as you go through those gateways of fear, one, being willing to embrace the change, because where you are now is so unpleasant that you're willing to take the risk and embrace the new. Two, that at some point you're going to be stretched to the point that you feel like breaking point. And this is actually part of the process because it is the death of the old to give birth to the new. And then the third point is the ring of fire, when this new is really being born, and you've just got to be able to allow that last burning away of what was to give birth to what is. This is what we all want to be doing. Okay, so we're going to go into this process, and the 0 point choice point that comes with the Star of Bethlehem is basically the choice we all have in ourselves to be creators or to give our power away and for others to create for us. So I invite you to join me in being the co-creator of your reality. And that's it, really. I think it's time to do it. So the question is, and I hope you've all got an answer for this, what do you desire and what for yourself, and what do you desire for the world? And just take a moment, write that down if you haven't yet. And then let's go with our co-creation. Drink up your cacao. And we're doing this on behalf of the collective as well as ourselves. So rub your hands together, have a little shake. Get your fire going. That's it. You know, I've been in this process of everything just totally having to transform. I don't have an office space in my house at the moment. Like everything that I knew is just gone. And what's left is my essence, is me. It's the me that's constant. The little happy one, the joy. All right, now relax your shoulders. These are the wings of the heart, the arms, okay? The phoenix is rising. All right, and then let's bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the solar plexus. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, send your breath down your body, through your pelvic floor into your earth chakra. Take a few deep breaths just to allow yourself to settle down and give permission for your consciousness to move from the chatter of the mind into the wisdom of the heart. Feel your lungs inflating globally, front, back, sides, top and bottom, and then big sigh out. Good. Now the solar plexus and the heart are the bridge between the ego and the divine self. So let's get our I am presence activated, and then we're going to bring our hands to our sacral chakra. This is where we ignite the desire fire. So please do remember the sphere around you and repeat after me. I am all that is. I am the one self I am. I am that I am. I am the source of my creations. I am the creator of my reality. I am a multi-dimensional being of love and light. I am sovereign. I am creator. I am free. I am invisible, invincible, invulnerable, impenetrable, impenetrable, untrackable, and untraceable to anyone or anything that is of malevolent intent, seeks to harm me in any way, or limit me in any capacity. I am highly visible to my soul family, my star family, to the opportunities that align me most with the divine. I am co-creating my personal paradise with grace and with ease, in alignment with the win-win-win in everything and the highest good of all. I am surrendering my ego will to my divine will. I am igniting my desire fire. I am awakening my divine blueprint. I am embodying my higher self for my divine design timeline. I am divine rapture. I am divine oneness. I am divine delight. I am that I am. Awesome. Okay, just relax your hands for a moment. And then you can bring both of them to your sacral chakra. So that's around your lower belly. Palms facing your belly. You can connect your thumbs to each other, your index fingers to each other. And that creates a little window space. The womb with a view, the sacred womb with a view. It doesn't matter what your gender is and what, whether you have a womb or not, the sacral chakra is the desire space for all. So just for a moment, let yourself become aware that you are gestating a baby of some sort. You are growing something within you that you want to birth. Perhaps a version of you that is more graceful and easy, trusting of the process of life. Perhaps there's a business project, or you want to grow a baby or a relationship, or discover your soul purpose or activate it more, whatever your truth is, whatever you're growing. Remember, it's growing in a confined space. And there'll come a point that that space isn't big enough anymore and it needs to be born. And we all have to make the choice as to how we're going to move through change, either by embracing it or resisting it. And that is the choice between bondage and between liberation. So let yourself breathe into your belly, like feel your belly expand into your hands. And as you breathe out, pull up your pelvic floor muscles. Pull your belly muscles in. I wouldn't say that to do that when you're pregnant. It's just for us to do, to hold ourselves. Breathe in to feel the contrast. Relax the pelvic floor. Relax the belly muscles. And this time, as you breathe out, just relax your pelvic floor even more. Relax your mouth. Good. Okay, so within our creative space, within our womb space, which is almost like the inner sanctum of your sphere of compassion, take a moment to see the end result that you want. So take a moment, have an image of the end result that you want to energize. So I want you to just connect to a personal goal and a collective goal. So we could say there's a collective goal that whatever's going on this planet, free will is respected, and that we are not restricted for not following the protocols that are imposed upon us or suggested. You know, this is a phenomenal stage in our creative power to be able to be that powerful that we say, that's okay, we're not doing that though, and you must respect it. So seeing free travel around the world for everybody, seeing no restriction on where we can go, our work, what we can do, that we're not restricted for making an autonomous choice. In fact, we're enabled, we are supported. And this births an even greater vision of a planet where restrictions are not imposed upon us. But for those who want them, they exist. So we can hold that as a global vision. But for us now personally, just get yourself excited about something. What would you feel really excited by right now? What would excite you? Just connect to it. What would make me feel, yay, I'm so happy about that? In my personal life, in your personal life, just give yourself a moment. What would make you super, super happy? Keep breathing deeply. Good. And just hold this vision. The you want to be, the situations that you want materialized in your life to be materialized. Feel it in your body. It's like, oh yeah, how cool. And as you feel that energy rising, now create a sphere of compassion in front of your face. Let it float just in front of you, a small one about the size of a football that will expand as it's needed. And breathe out of you the expectation of struggle. Breathe out of you the expectation of hard work. Breathe out of you into the sphere the fear of pain. And also breathe out of you the reluctance to embrace change. Allow yourself to release the parts of you that do want to hold on to the old, even though the old doesn't serve you anymore. And let's release now fully and completely from our cellular, molecular, atomic and subatomic memory, from the waves and particles of our quantum field and photon stream, from the physical, etheric, emotional, mental and astral bodies, divine blueprints, celestial and causal bodies in all dimensions, all space and time. My guides are saying, remember to release also the way you hold people in your expectations. If you've had any challenges recently with anybody, whether it's family members or friends or government politicians, whatever, like holding people in a framework of expecting them to behave a certain way and seeing them that way doesn't allow them to be anything different. So anyone that you have challenging relationships with, put them in the sphere. Let that sphere get bigger. Good. Anyone that you're like, oh, this is what they do, this is how they are, just put them in the sphere. Give them a chance to be different. Give them a chance to surprise you and put the you in there that you kind of know how you show up when you face change. Put yourself in the sphere, the you that struggles with change, that resists it. Good work. Okay, so as we work with the full moon energy, when we get to the full moon, we'll be allowing our human selves as we were born to transmute as well. So if you've got any version of you in your childhood, teenhood, babyhood, any early memories you have that you feel defined you, just put them in the sphere. Anything you discovered about your birth that you heard about, whether it's a joke or not, just put it in the sphere. Release. Oh, you were so difficult being born. You were such a difficult baby from the start. Oh, you almost broke me. You almost tore me in two. All that stuff. Just put it in the sphere. Good. Oh, wow. So now we're bringing down, let's see what's coming through. So the diamond fire is a violet flame with diamond dust running through it that reflects the colors of the rainbow. And this allows us to transmute our 3D, earthbound, conditioned self-consciousness into our soul consciousness. So bring it down, just claim it 3 times. I am the diamond fire. I am the diamond fire. I am the diamond fire. Let it come through you, through your earth chakra, around the planet, so the whole of the crystalline grid is lit up. Move it into the center of the earth. And then bring it back up through your body, through your feet, through your pelvic floor, up through your heart into the sphere. Just allow all of that old stuff to be dissolved and transmuted into its highest expression. And all we're doing is we're building a desire fire in there. We're building beautiful colors that we want to step into. And at the same time, we're going to bring down the diamond flame. The diamond flame is a translucent flame. It has all these shimmering diamonds, like it's diamond dust. It's like just pouring down diamonds. I don't know how to describe it. They have this really translucent hue of the rainbow. And I actually saw it in my diamonds in my engagement ring the other day. So bring it down. I am the diamond flame. I am the diamond flame. I am the diamond flame. Let that come all the way through you and go straight into the heart of Gaia and just explode out. So we're all allowing the diamonds to cut away within us. They dissolve rather than cut away. The bits of us that stay stuck in the past. The bits of us that stay stuck in old cellular memory. The bits of us that don't want to open. And purge them into the sphere so you have that beautiful violet diamond dust energy now being met with this diamond flame. It's got the diamond fire and the diamond flame. It just goes in and energizes everything so it's utterly translucent, utterly magnificent, shimmering and shining. And of course, the rainbow flame wants to come in, and this is what brings in the codes of our divine blueprint. So claim the diamond flame, the rainbow flame. I am the rainbow flame. I am the rainbow flame. I am the rainbow flame. So let that rain down upon you. It's like being rained down upon by lots of gems, different special sacred stones that reflect all the colors of the rainbow and all the colors in between. Take it into the heart of Gaia again, explode it around the planet. So we are birthing the divine blueprint codes, the paradise codes across the planet into everyone, seeding them into everyone that wants to receive. Beautiful. And take this from your heart into the sphere. So however these colors show up for you, the violet flame with the diamond dust, the diamonds just coming in and doing their thing, and then the rainbow flame, all doing that. I want you to feel like you just want to step in there. And this is the thing, as we do step in there, we're going to allow all to burn away, literally, like the phoenix rising. You'll see the outline of your body on fire as you burn away the carbon-based cellular structure and give birth to the crystalline one. So see it all in there. See the you that you are becoming, the you that has what you want, beckoning you in that sphere. Your divine human self ready to meet you, the download of your higher self. The you that has the things you want, that you don't have yet. And when you're ready, create a golden bridge. This is the gold dust of the victory flame that's been coming through lately. And step on that bridge. You've got to move out of your comfort zone. Step on that bridge. Good. And then as you do, the sphere in front of you expands to fill up the whole of your energy field. You might want to yawn your body awake some more. Step in and put yourself in the power pose. So your arms are outstretched upwards, 45-degree angles. Your legs are wide. And just for a moment, imagine you're looking at this X in front of you that's on fire. Right? You are that X shape. You are your victory self. You are your power pose. And everything that needs to burn away is burning away. It's burning away through every organ. It's burning away through every bone, every part of you, your fluids, your flesh, everything. And the transmutation occurs on the deepest level, cellular, molecular, atomic, subatomic memory, the waves and particles of the quantum field and photon stream. Physical, etheric, emotional, mental, astral body cleanse, all dimensions, all space and time. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am who I choose to be. I am safe. I am claiming my space. It is safe for me to birth my new reality. Beautiful. So you can relax your arms down now, palms facing up. And let's invite the victory flame just to flow down through us. These are very powerful upgrades of previous rays of consciousness I've been working with. So a flame is both compassion and consciousness combined. So imagine now a stardust just flowing through your core, okay, your inner lightsaber, which you can expand to be a column around you if you want it to be bigger than your physical body, if it feels like it's that. And just feel this stardust, golden stardust flowing down, and it's got these peacock colors, the purple, the blue, the green. No, purple's not strictly peacock, but it's like the peacock ore colors coming through, which just allow you to transmute poison into divine nectar. So whatever is in you that's toxic, that's poisonous, is transmuted into its highest expression. Let go of the judgment, the guilt, the blame, the shame. Done. And I'm commanding an accidental alignment with your divine human self, with the you that already has what you want, celebrating this victory, celebrating this frequency shift, and seeing it in the world, because you're seeing through these eyes of love now. You're seeing through rainbow eyes. And as you see the world, so it is, because that's how powerful we are. So I'm commanding on your behalf an accidental alignment, on our behalf as a collective, an accidental alignment with our divine human selves, with our divine blueprint selves. That we're shown the way, that we're aligning with this truth. And when you're ready, as you feel this anchoring from your heart into the center of the earth, like send it down. Mother Earth has a crystalline core, a diamond core. So see your inner anchor, because you're anchoring to this new earth paradigm reality, shedding the need to struggle, to be bound, confined, to feel powerless. That's gone. We're anchoring into our freedom, into free will, into our divine choices. And this is where we surrender the programming to the higher vision, the bird's eye view. How do we do it? Transmute judgment into curiosity. Amazing. Okay, so we command this process continues until completion, in all dimensions, all space, and all time. Allow yourself to have the feeling that you've already arrived where you want to be. That you are the version of you that can have the things you want. That you're showing up in the world in the best possible way because you know who you are and what you do. You accept your imperfections. You know you're a work in progress, we all are. Works of art. Just as you are, you're worthy and deserving of the very things you want most, whatever they are, so open to receive. Allow yourself now to release through your pelvic floor into the earth, as though you're birthing you. We're going to do more of this with the full moon. Just allowing the surrender, the opening, so that you can, when it's time, birth this vision. You might see from your sacral chakra, like the colors of the rainbow and everything we've been working with in the sphere that we've absorbed now. And the victory flame just moving through you, creating a clear channel from source through your earth chakra into the earth, the heart of the earth, and around the planet. So this energy just flowing now, flowing. And it goes down and it also goes up. It's a toroidal flow. Earth's energy moves up, Source's energy moves down, but they're both merging and working together. And you are in full flow. So feeling your energies flowing beautifully, being aware of your core line, the outline of your physical body now glowing rather than burning. Perhaps you've got a rainbow glow or a golden glow. The emerald green is wanting to come through as well. It's in the rainbow flame. So just know that if you're seeing a particular color, it's for you. The physical boundary of your body, let it glow green. And then see your light body within your sphere, which may be a diamond shape. It may be a star shape, a 6-pointed star shape. And let that be lit up as well. Just imagine for a moment that you are the Star of Bethlehem. We all are. And then the big sphere around you, just totally holding you. Again, an emerald green hue around it. And we'll bring down the blessings of the Divine Mother and the Divine Father through the platinum flame, which holds the codes of the Divine Masculine. The Divine Feminine is the platinum, holds the codes of the Divine Masculine, the gold within the platinum. So just see that flowing around like you're a Christmas bauble. And then anchor that into Gaia. So now only what is aligned with your divine design timelines coming to you, everything else flex away. So if you do experience something challenging, it's part of the journey, embrace it. Move through it. If in doubt, breathe out, bend your knees, stick your bum out, and wiggle it all about. Beautiful, folks. Let's anchor this. I am a magnet for my dreams coming true. I'm radiating the energy of co-creating what I want in this world. Anchor, anchor, anchor. Recalibrate, align. Balance and harmonize. For graceful and gentle integration and full expression in my physical reality and all relevant dimensions of my being, in all space and all time. So it is, and so it shall be. Thank you, thank you. Amazing. So slowly start to breathe yourself back. You may not want to come back. You're in this pillar. This is you. And you're ready, deepening your breath to the point that your eyes open. Hey baby, we're back. Here's my baby. Here's my pelvis. Baby's out now. I'm going to nurture this baby. So as you're coming back, I'd love to reflect and hear how that was for you. Please let me know. Also, just a little reminder that part 2 is the full moon. Okay, so the full moon, I'm forgetting what it's in at the moment, but we're in Sagittarius and it's the opposite sign. So that will be just before New Year, after Christmas. And so that will be, again, a process like we've set a seed in motion. It's in our sacral chakras. We've created a canal where this can be born, but it's got to grow until it's ready to really be born, which will be when we do the full moon. So please do remember to join me for that. And just a heads up, I am going to be running my Liberation from Limitation course again. For those of you who are really in your heads and you need to learn to trust moving beyond that into your higher self. It's a good starting point with me, Liberation from Limitation. It's going to be starting, I think, January the 17th, and we will have a discount for those who book up in December. So do keep an eye on that. And remember that your mind can be your friend or your enemy. And please save the date, 20th of December, 8 p.m. GMT. All the other codes for where it is in America, etc., will be put out. I'll put the link in the text box below. Susanna, myself, and Leslie joining each other. Stay with me a sec. I'm just going to grab a card so you know what I'm talking about. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm. It's not a polished deal. It's raw. It comes up. It's here. So Leslie's cards. This is the lovely Leslie. And let's just pick one card just to see where we are today, because this is the reading that she's going to be doing for us. Susanna's going to be doing a co-creation, and I'm going to be sharing the physical practices to embody your soul light, okay? Because All this energetic stuff's great, but if you don't actually move it through your body, it doesn't really work very well. So creating that structure, ironic because I am so Shakti, but it is my job to create the structure for this new energy to flow. So let's see what we're being left with now as we say a tutelar for another time. What's the card that wants to be shown? So this one here, luminous blue one, it's about all of the separated aspects coming into oneness, okay? So this is an image of Babaji's face. He's a sage of compassion, but it's made up of all of these different people doing their thing, like dancing, horse riding, playing the saxophone, all the things that bring them joy. Okay, so that's what's come up. Is as you follow your bliss, you become part of the unified whole. You become part of the unified collective of oneness, baby. Our soul truth being lived through our physical form. Absolutely amazing. So thank you, Rosie. Wonderfully powerful and empowering. You're very, very welcome. There's a rainbow over your house. We just had the light come in as well. You're very welcome. Yay, you got luminous blue one too. Excellent. You can't make this up. Okay, friends, I ask you a special request. Please share this channel with others. We're nearly at 1,000. Once you get to 1,000, it snowballs apparently, but I've been working on this for years. If you like these meditations, it'd be so powerful for me if you share them on your page and invite people to actually subscribe. That's how we can grow our tribe. I'm going to be moving on to WeMe as well, because I've heard about this new platform, which is totally about organic traffic, no algorithms or any of that kind of thing. So me, Susanna and Leslie are going to be doing something together with that. Haven't done yet, just so you know. And what else? Yeah, join us for the event. Subscribe as soon as possible. It's free. And look out then, because you'll be part of my mailing list where I'll be letting you know about liberation from limitation if you need to train that mind to work for you rather than against you. Those of you who are ready for the deep diving, then that's the Fearless, Empowered and Free to Be Me group coaching program. I am getting coaches ready to run it for me now. So how long I'm going to run it for myself is limited. Maybe for the next few months, not much longer. So if you've wanted to jump on board that coaching program, it is what everybody who is shining brightly in my world has been through. Okay, they've been through the same process as me. It's now becoming practitioner training and also a yoga teacher training. That's what we're working on. So lots of potential to grow beyond your personal journey. And if you know that you really want to do the deep diving and have the fastest results you can, then that's working with me one-to-one and us doing the super conscious co-creating method, which takes you through everything. And it's a 4-month program I take you through. I get clients doing that and then wanting to work with me for the year. So upgrading to the year. I know people are scared of spending money on themselves, especially if you haven't in the past. But if you can imagine that what you're doing is you're opening up to all sorts of resources that you will never have access to if you don't clear your blocks. So leveraging is a really important element of the new earth and the idea that money is magical. I know it's challenging for people who are stuck in that old financial system mindset. And we've all been taught, don't spend more than you have, live within your means. I get that. I did that for so many years and I stayed like that until I decided to bet on myself, until I decided to back myself and to trust that as I become magical, money became magical. And my life has changed so much. Money is not an issue this year, right? It's not an issue at all. And I'm really pleased to say that. I want you to take that on board because this can be your truth too. And people who show up every month for the new moon and full moons, the regulars that show up for the actual live, they've all been through it. The majority of them have been through it and they're seeing huge shifts in their life. At a time when so many people are losing their jobs and are stuck in struggle, you've got to decide, what do you want to be true for you? And, there are lots of teachers, including me, out there. If you're inspired by a particular teacher, go with them. Trust them. They're going to lead you where you want to go. They are embodying your higher self for you until you can embody it. Okay, so get in touch. Book a breakthrough call. Don't delay. Like, how long do you want to wait for things to change? Nothing's going to change out there till you change inside. Lecture over. Let's see what else we say. Hey, Leanna, good to see you. Totally fantastic. Amazing experience. Yay. All right, my friends, I love you all. Have a wonderful day, wonderful weekend. Join me on the 20th. Anyone who wants to take part in a physical yoga workshop and cacao ceremony, I'm running one on the 20th earlier in the day. Again, look out on my socials, RozyGlow and enjoyyoga.com for more information. Love you. Take care. Mwah. Go share with everyone else. Take care.